Hello, YTPC. We're going to talk about close calls today. Labor Day. I at the last minute, I put my 3 day trip on Labor Day, leaving on Labor Day, onto the drop board. The drop board is something you can do to switch, drop, add, trade, pick up trips if you want to. And this little voice told me, just ditch that trip. 3 days is too long to be away. Okay, fair enough. So up until the day, I have it on the board. Up on the day, I'm checking it. Sometimes it drops on the same day. Don't have to go down to the airport. So I'm taking my shower, and it's on a Sky Pro. It's on a smartphone that's devoted to the company. It's based on iPhone technology. So I look, I took my shower, put the monkey suit on, and then I took a look. I just kept looking at it as I was doing my what do you call it? My checklist for departure. I looked at the phone again, and the trip was gone. So in the time it took me to put my monkey suit on, someone had taken the trip. It was a sign in. Was it five? Sign in was at 5:30. So that means you have to sign in an hour before we leave. So it was 6:30 departure. So I was very thankful that someone took my trip. But that's not even the best part. The best part is before I go down to Boston to do my trips, there's something called Flight Family that we use to communicate in real time between the flight attendants, the gate agent, the catering tower. I'm sorry, the caterers and the operations tower. Everyone is in on the loop in real time. So if you have seating problems, if you have duplicate seating problems, whatever, you need an extra bag of ice or you need to be catered soon, you can let someone know without having to like ring the flight leader up at the front so they can ring someone outside the plane. We're all on a real time chat function, letting people know what's going on. We're 75% full on bags, etc., etc., etc. Beg your pardon. Talking too much. I usually put that on before I leave. So I usually get there like 2, 3 hours ahead of time. So if the gate changes, they'll notify me. So I won't just sit there and won't have to keep I won't have to keep checking the all the all the boards. The schedule boards are on the airline. The computer will let me know immediately. Your flight is now departing out of gate 23 in the aft terminal. Okay, so I'm very grateful to lose this trip. I was hoping it would go. There was a 24-hour layover in Austin. I know having it going on, putting it on Labor Day, hoping for someone to take it's kind of a tall order. But again, 24 hours in Austin, so there was a chance. So when I saw that it was gone, I'm like, no way! I went up to tell my husband, "You see the calendar? You see the little blue lines on the calendar, and the rotation number? It was gone. It was gone off my trip. So cool." But I still had flight family on. So the next morning, I took the phone down with me to the bedroom. Keep it going. I just happened to glance at my Sky Pro. Flight family. and it reflected every single little last change since the previous night. Even though I was now off the trip, the Flight Family app was still tuned into the departure log. So I look at it. Okay, so I'm looking at it. Oh, gee, flight has been delayed until 7:30. Oh, now we're switching from gate 8 to gate 15, which is all the way back, which is a 5-minute walk to the aft concourse. You just have to go down the escalators, take 2 moving sidewalks, and to go up the escalators again to get to those gates. If you don't know where you're going, it's very confusing. So I read the log. The plane had the plane was supposed to leave at 6:30 in the evening. At 11:30, they finally board and they finally take off. They were boarding at, I don't know, 11 o'clock, and they finally got buttoned up at 11:30. So throughout that entire evening, the flight had been delayed, and then in between all of the delays, they're switching back and forth. Okay, now the flight's leaving from gate A2. Oh no, now it's leaving from gate A17. Oh no, wait, it's leaving from A8 now. So had I been there, I would have been like, going back and forth like a ping pong ball between these two terminals, hoping for the plane to eventually take off. Now, don't get me wrong, but anyway, last thing to this whole farrago that I missed is that the lead flight attendant is basically saying, "So, are we going to get a new crew member?" I don't know if he meant flight attendant or if he meant a pilot, because pilots, all crew members were legal to work for up to a certain time before fatigue limits make us ineligible to run that trip. Pilots are more respected with theirs because they have a union, and they can also call in fatigued if they want to. They have more clout than flight attendants do. So I don't know if a flight attendant got sick, or basically a pilot called in fatigued, or something. But now they're hoping for a replacement crew member. So I'm watching this whole epic on my Sky Pro, and I'm going, "Oh man, did I miss a bullet?" And it wasn't a Final Destination first movie bullet where the plane explodes in midair, and I missed it. But still, I've been through enough of those FUBARs to know that when you go through a FUBAR like that, you question, why do I even have this job? But I'm just glad I missed it, and I was just happy that it got dropped when I'm changing into my costume. Oh wow, and that's happened to me before. So you know, your trip could be taken at the last minute. But when I read that, I'm like, oh man, that would have been a sucky night, a real sucky night. And I've had plenty of those sucky delay situations over the past 33 years. Some of them international, some of them domestic, and they're just no fun. They're no fun for passengers, they're no fun for crew. And so yeah, I'm just glad that I got to miss all that crap. Now I've got another 3-day coming up next week. I doubt I'm going to lose it. It's still on the board. If by some weird chance someone takes it, I'll just pick up other trips. But that one leaves at 5 a.m. on day 1 and gets in at 10:33 p.m. at Boston on day 3. So I really doubt someone's going to pick it up. It's funny because before that trip was taken, I had not one but 2 offers to switch it. 2 different people had Paris trips, not even the same one. One was on the same day, and the other one was like for Paris next week. And they said to me, "Hey, I'll trade you my CDG, Charles de Gaulle. All airports have 3-letter city codes. I'll trade you my CDG for your trip today." I'm like, no, because what if I pick up that trip and I can't get rid of it because I don't want to do international at all? So Wouldn't kill me. I used to do international all the time. But international is a game for the young. It's also a game for the more motivated than I am, because that's a lot of work, especially going over the Atlantic. At least on from other bases with longer trips, you have longer break times and everything like that. But yeah, I used to do London, Glasgow, Amsterdam, a couple Frankfurts here and there. It's up and down, and you have to jam all that service into a 6 hour period. And it's a lot of service. So, and you're getting paid the same money. So, not that I'm a slave to the almighty dollar, but when you get older, you start realizing, you know what, I could do this job with a lot less hassle for the same money. So that means no more international for me. As much as I want to walk around Edinburgh, the capital city of Scotland, I'm not going to do it after working all night, blasting out of the hotel. I used to do it all the time back in my 20s, and I've got friends in Scotland I'd like to go visit, but zooming over to the train station, heading out to Lucas, which is near St. Andrews, for example, visiting people there. Up, gotta go, gotta get back to the hotel now, and then race back to Edinburgh. That's a game for the young. And sometimes I miss those days, but I need at least a 2-day layover before I do stuff like that. I don't even think we have 2-day layovers in Europe anymore. So if I'm gonna go, I'll go on my own time. We'll just put it that way. Anyway, just wanted to say hello. Um, all is well. Take care of yourselves, and we'll speak to you soon. Cheers.